Montana Republican Senator Steve Daines joins me. Good evening, sir. And way out in Montana, you got a lot of federal employees like every other state in the country. Your thoughts about a lot of them perhaps getting laid off or even getting the axe?
Yeah, well, look, President Trump is doing what he said he was going to do, and that is to shrink the size of government, to start to reduce spending. And it's important, whether you're running a business, whether you're running the government, you always have to be looking ways here to become more efficient. You know, when's the last time we've seen any cuts at all in federal spending or in number of heads within the federal government? And President Trump is finally delivering on that. And so I spent 28 years in the private sector. It's very common when you're in business, you go through times you have to find ways to reduce the number of headcount, to find ways to be more efficient. Remember, we're spending taxpayer dollars. So what President Trump is doing needed to be done. I'm grateful for his courage, his leadership to do sometimes the hard thing, to reduce the size of the federal government.
How long, President Trump has got a lot of support in the country. He got a huge majority last November, both majority and electoral college. In the last 2 days, with the announcement of his tariffs, the stock market has taken a significant hit. Is that going to end his honeymoon with the voters, or is that going to bounce back quickly?
Well, I don't think so. I mean, the markets go up, the markets go down. Look, President Trump has accomplished more in the last 42 days than most presidents get done in 4 years. It's been remarkable. It's like every hour is a new day as you go through each day. He is being aggressive and moving forward with his agenda. The southern border, the lowest number of apprehensions ever for a month were in February. Amazing result there. What he's doing on the world stage, working hard to bring peace to Ukraine, to sort out the mess in Gaza and the Middle East. It's like he's reset the world order. He's bringing America back to the forefront, as go back to the days of Ronald Reagan. It is peace through strength. When America is strong, when America is forceful, the world is a lot more peaceful. So I'm just grateful for his bold leadership, and then he's working with Congress so well. Look, you had Speaker Johnson on earlier. They got that budget resolution through already, the first important step to get these important tax increases prevented, a $4.5 trillion tax increase coming if Congress doesn't act. But importantly, over in the U.S. Senate, we're moving his nominations to some of the fastest rates in 20 years of getting a president's cabinet in place so we can get his great people, his great team ready to lead from day one. Again, it's just there's a new optimism right now in Washington, unlike anything I've seen since I first came back to Washington in 2013.
Well, I think it's very fair to say he's transparent, that he is keeping his promises that he meant during the campaign, so nobody should be surprised at all. But with the tariffs, for the sake of the economy, somebody's got to call Uncle first. He imposed 25% last night at midnight on Canada. Prime Minister Trudeau today levied 25% on us, and President Trump said that he's going to up the ante 25%. Well, eventually someone's going to have to cry Uncle. When does that happen?
Now, remember, what President Trump is doing is that when he aggressively looked at Mexico, he said, we've got to stop this scourge of fentanyl coming into our country, killing 100,000 Americans per year. Canada, we had enough fentanyl coming across the border in Canada that we apprehended that could kill 10 million Americans just last year. And so he is securing our borders, protecting our nation, and he's using tariffs as one of those important levers, certainly, to negotiate and work with both Mexico and Canada to make sure that they're doing all they can to stop the scourge of fentanyl in our country. Now, keep in mind, I'm told that today, Secretary of Commerce Lutnick has been on the phone much of the day talking to the Mexican government, talking to the Canadian government. Let's see what they have to announce tomorrow. They're making great headway already just in 48 hours after these tariffs were first announced.
I think it's fair to say that I don't think any of these countries think the president was kidding when he said that he was going to do these things. And I think that's probably true of the American people. He said he was going to do these things, and he is. And, hopefully that it's, all for the best. Anyway, Senator Steve Daines, thank you, sir.
Thanks, Greta.